Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Souris, brought to you by WCG TV, Access Channel 12. Today is April 3rd, 2018. My name is Laura Higgs, and I'd like to welcome today with us Heather Williams. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, Laura.
Now, you are a member and administrative and management director with St. Paul's United Church here in Souris,
Yes, I am.
right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So today you came as a general member and obviously a participant in the supper that's going to be happening.
Yes, our spring supper is going to be held on Sunday the 22nd with sittings at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. And it's a full turkey supper, and I said, and pie, and everybody loves pie, so it's a good thing to have. So, yeah, it's coming along. We're getting ourselves organized.
Now, two sittings.
Two sittings.
So how many people can you?
About 150 at each
Okay.
sitting.
Okay.
So, yes,
Wow.
Those
Couple hours will go by really fast.
Oh, yes, it really does. It's wonderful. We have a lot of great volunteers. We set up a sheet, a volunteer list, and, a lot of people are very busy, and so a Sunday church is not part of their schedule necessarily with kids in hockey and whatnot. But you phone them up to either come and work or cook something for the supper, and it's always a yes. And we're just very lucky to have that base. And then you see them at the supper, and they're just having a great time. Whether they're in the kitchen doing dishes or serving or whatever, they're just all working together. And it really is a wonderful thing to see, and it makes for a lot of camaraderie kind of feeling, and you feel accountable. Oh, this is my church, kind of thing, and so I'm participating. And
Gives them that time to be a part of the church family.
It does.
Sometimes if they are busy and can't get, because of other commitments, can't get there, it makes them feel a good part of that, and then a part of the community, because it's
Yes.
not just for the United Church people to come to the supper, it's for the whole community to attend, correct?
Yeah. And I found with my other hats that I wear, volunteers, some of them are, and they tell us this in courses we've taken, are long-term commitment. Other times, people can commit to one thing for X amount of time. And so they still feel they're doing something.
Sure.
But it's a shorter commitment space.
Right.
And they're more willing to do that. And so
That's a
that
great
comes in.
idea to keep that in mind for volunteers.
It is.
I'm kind of the long-term commitment person, so I have a little hard time wrapping my head around why people won't come out,
Yes.
Well, if they're short-term, then I should respect that in them. And I
Yes.
guess we all should, as people who volunteer in our community,
Yeah.
respect that
It's-
that's how their mind works.
Exactly. It's what they feel they can give at this point. 10 years down the road, life situations change. You might have more time to give, but at this point you can give a little bit of time and feel good about it. And we're very appreciative for those little bits of time.
Oh, yes,
When we come to a
absolutely.
supper like this. That
Even
is-
baking a pie,
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
takes time at home, but that you guys appreciate them bringing that pie, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Good.
No, it works out very
So
well.
a full turkey meal.
Yes.
5 o'clock and 6 o'clock sittings, and you had, what price is it on the?
Okay, adults are $15. Children 12 and under are $7. Preschoolers are free. And then we have a family rate of $40.
Oh, well, that's handy.
So, yes, and we started last year too with takeout meals. And because not, a lot of people who used to come to the supper aren't able to manage that anymore, but they would still like to have a supper. So as long as they pre-order that supper and come and pick it up by 4:45, then we can do.
Accommodate them?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so they can order up until what date?
Oh, I would say the day before.
Even the day before?
Yes,
Okay.
just so
And
long as
who
we
would they
know.
contact for that if they wanted to order one of those meals?
They could talk to me, or they can talk to Debbie at the office at St. Paul's, 483-2676.
Okay.
Or Leona Perkin is on our committee, Donna Philp, and Sherilyn Jackson.
Oh, great.
They're all on my
Great.
committee. So,
All right.
you know, any one of those people.
Let them know, and as long as you pick it up before 4:45, because the first sitting is at 5.
Yes.
And then those people, 150 people, that's a tight window to get things sort of done up for the 6 o'clock.
It is,
Oof.
yeah, it keeps
Wow.
our people moving.
You're
to
going to
do
be
that,
just
so.
hopping.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No, but it's always a good day, so. and we're
Absolutely.
just, you always feel good, you're tired, but you feel good when it's done, so. no,
Okay.
It's a good thing. So, and so that's for that.
Great.
Now, next week, we're having a display. It's called the Brandon Indian Residential School Exhibit. It's a learning center, and it'll be in the auditorium at St. Paul's on the 12th and the 13th from 10 in the morning till 8 at night.
Oh,
It's a group of people back in 2013 in Brandon got together and decided they needed to have an educational piece, because we all knew about the residential school on the North Hill by the experimental farm, but none of us really knew about the goings-on and how it all worked. It had just always been there. And surprisingly, it started in 1895, which is,
Wow.
and didn't close until 1972, which is shocking. You think, oh, it must have closed in the 50s, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It was 1972.
Oh, was it? 72?
That it was finally closed. And as in all things, there's good and bad to that, and there's been a lot in the media, and this is an exhibit of photographs and displays and a whole lot of teaching or learning that a person can do to understand what all was going on during that period of time. And it's just, I'm looking forward to it. I figure there's so much we can all learn from it. And it's a time of sharing. I think there'll be a sharing circle as well set up if anybody wants to participate. We're having soup and bannock as a sign of friendship kind of thing, so people can linger and visit and talk. And there'll be somebody, a hostess there. We're hoping to have somebody possibly from Sioux Valley with us as well, just to be there.
And answer questions and.
Exactly, yeah, and share. So we're really looking forward to bringing this to the community. It's a traveling exhibit. It's housed at Central United Church in Brandon. And it's set up as this traveling exhibit. And they're hoping to eventually put up a permanent site where the residential school was in Brandon. And and then take this whole display there so it can go on teaching.
Wow. So who initiated this exhibit?
Both, it was started by the United Church in Brandon, just some people who were concerned, but it involved both the Indigenous and non-Indigenous people coming together.
Sure.
And so they were in on it right at the very beginning, so that, and so I think it's developed very
Yeah.
well.
So it had very good history. I mean, that's several decades that
It
was there.
is.
Is that, you said it would be in 1895
1895
to
was when-
1972. Wow.
Yes. Originally, it was, the Methodists had set up missions in northern communities, and so it was them that started thinking that they should be offering education, and in their wisdom, non-wisdom, they chose to have schools that were not close to the where the people
To the
were living.
homes of the people.
Yes, and then in 1925, there was an amalgamation of churches, And so, and we became the United Church, and so then they took over. And all of this was under the auspices of the federal government.
Right.
So they were
Right.
in on that too, so.
But it wasn't just, if I recall from my sociology course that I took a few years ago, it just wasn't the Protestant churches. There was also some that were run by the Catholic churches and then some by the government too, if I recall.
Yes.
So they had sort of different styles of the residential schools out there.
Exactly, yes.
But there's so much to
yes.
learn. It was actually, I think it was hidden from us growing up. We knew they were out there someplace, but it seemed like those were hidden from us, so.
Yes, yeah.
So there was a lot to learn by the time I became an adult and started
Exactly.
studying on it.
And that's what this is all about. It's to teach people what actually was, you know, because
Yeah.
like you say, so much of it wasn't, it was hidden.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
We
yeah.
just didn't realize what was going
It's
on.
part of our history. It's not always the great part of our history, but we should learn the facts about it so that we know, because it's hit the
Yes.
news so much, you
Oh,
know,
it
and
is.
there's been so many policies and things happen because of the residential schools and the wave of taking their kids and doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots to learn. Certainly
Lots to learn. So we hope people will really take advantage of this. We're trying to get the schools to come. There is an Indigenous course taught in Hartney, so we're hoping those students will come over. We've already contacted our school here in the hopes that those classes that are studying this would come down and see the actual displays. So hopefully people do take advantage of
Yeah.
it and come and just see what's there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, remind us again the dates.
yes, it's Thursday, the 12th of April, and Friday, the 13th.
Okay.
And it'll be from 10 in the morning till 8 at night. And like I say, it's a come and go thing. You just come and
Is there a cost,
no
Heather?
cost.
No cost,
Free,
okay.
yeah.
Lovely.
And you get soup and bannock.
Yeah, true, yeah. It's good.
Probably all the coffee you can drink, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, we're-
well, that sounds exciting.
Yes, yes.
I'd love to
well,
take
we
that
hope.
in. Now, tell us, what else is the church up to?
Well, okay, and our next thing after that, the Sunday school for the last few years has participated in the garage sales in town.
Oh, yes,
and
in
we
May.
do, yes, and so it'll be the first Saturday in May, and they put on a book sale. Now, we've been very lucky. The library has been house cleaning, so they have donated a lot of books to us, and a lot of people in town and out donate books to us as well. And we set up in my garage and try and have it organized. And it's amazing the amount of books. We figure last fall we sold 1,000 books.
Wow,
Yeah, and they're 25, 50 cents. Like, we're not
yeah.
charging that much, but it's and so then the Sunday school takes that and donates it to worthy projects. And it's just, it's great for the children to be contributing to their community, and we're recycling books,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just, and again, it's a fun day of visiting and that kind of
Well,
thing.
there is just a ton of stuff online you can read, and you can take your computer book with you
Yes.
and get all kinds of books. But there's something about holding that book in your hand that
Oh, I find that too.
I find really interesting, and doing it that way. And for people to come and get books for such a good cost. I mean, there's all kinds of things that they, you know,
Yes.
don't have to necessarily pay full price for, and yet still get a lot of entertainment out of.
Yes, no, that's what we like to see them going out in droves rather than just one or two because they're more costly,
Right,
eh?
right.
And it keeps exposing reading to people. Because some of that can be lost, you know?
Yeah.
You can sit and do a
Oh,
lot of
I
this.
know, I know.
And
Check out any waiting room, as you well
yes,
know.
yes.
And there's just people on their iPhones all the time, and
Exactly.
Yeah, computers and
there's something about reading. So
Yeah, for sure.
It's very good. And like I
Sure.
say, it's good for the children to do something.
it is, yeah,
For their
absolutely,
community
to
as well.
participate.
And then
Those are our future volunteers, by the way.
they
Yeah.
are our future volunteers, so we want to get them in the
Young,
mindset
yeah,
now.
Yeah, young.
And something, I think it's the 2nd of June, that I'll come back another time and talk more about. It's called the Virtues Project. And a lady out of Edmonton or Grand Prairie area has developed this program. And so it will be interesting. We're bringing that in as a workshop
Good.
on that day. So
Good.
it'll be interesting. So, and prior to this, the residential school, we had Noella Eagle here about 3 weeks ago. And she's an Indigenous lady from the Pipestone area, teaches in Verdon. And she just came and spent the evening talking about culture and different things like that. And it was just very interesting to have that sharing time.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad that your church is very active in our community, inside with the people that are belong to your church and with the community at large. It's wonderful to see you out there and helping out.
Yes, well, anyways, we thought this was something
Yeah,
that was worthwhile.
Very, very educational.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Heather, for coming in and joining us. We
Thank
really
you, Laura.
appreciate your time.
okay.
Thank you so much for joining us at Spotlight on Souris. I'd like to thank Sheila Kirkup, who is our producer, Mark Cranwell, who's our cameraman. My name is Laura Higgs. Have a great day.